1,000 True Fans by Kevin Kelly. Now, Kevin Kelly wrote this post almost a decade ago, more than a decade ago, actually, on the idea of, as a creator, all you need to have is 1,000 true fans to build a sustainable lifestyle. And that actually equals 1,000 people paying you $100 on an annual basis to make $100,000.
I gotta put my hand up and admit it. Think I really might have blown it.
So I've been thinking a lot more about this 1,000 True Fans because I'm a singer-songwriter myself and a music creator making a living making music. And I've been making more videos on music marketing and how to sell your music and how to make money with music. And it's really kind of boiled down to this idea of having 1,000 true fans, or at least the arithmetic of taking a number of how much money you actually want to make with music and then reverse engineering it and looking at actually how many fans you need to make to get that goal. There are different ways that you can build that arithmetic as well. For example, in the case of Kevin Kelly and his 1,000 true fans, if we want to make $100,000 a year, and if we're going to say that's our goal as a music creator to make that much money on an annual basis, then we can say, well, we do need 1,000 people paying us $100 a year, or we actually only need 100 people paying us $1,000 a year, and so on and so forth. There's different ways that you can frame that question. So why I think that's interesting, why I want to make this video, is to help other musicians who are trying to build a career as a musician in order to frame that question properly with regards to what is right for you. So if you want to make $80,000 a year, or if it's $200,000 a year, to frame the arithmetic properly for you. And what I mean by that is that can mean less fans paying you more money or getting more fans paying you less money. And that's an interesting way to look at the problem, and let's break that down a little bit. For simplicity's sake, let's say you are interested in $100,000 a year because that's a great living, but also it's just a nice round number. So let's look at the less fans paying you more money approach. I find this one quite interesting because all it is 100 people paying you $1,000 on an annual basis. However, this is much harder to get, right? Because you're asking 100 people to pay you $1,000 annually, which is significant. The big differences of the two are the value that you're giving the customer. For example, in the case of less fans, more money, the value you're giving that listener or that fan or that customer is of true value to them because they're willing to pay you $1,000 a month. So you might be more interested in the less fans, more money approach if you are making music that is quite niche. If you're a singer-songwriter making pop music, this might not be the best approach for you because your music might not be as niche if you were, for example, making dark metal pop, dark metal folk. That's quite niche, actually something I've never even heard of before. But there could be 100 people in the world that really want dark metal folk that are willing to pay for it. And because you're offering such a unique and niche service, they're going to pay you up to $1,000 on an annual basis for that. So if you're a musician or a creator of any kind and you can create something quite niche, then I would recommend going for the 100 fans, $1,000 a year approach. Let's take a look at the other fans approach, which is getting 1,000 people to pay you $100 a month. Now, this approach could be still niche, but it's likely not as niche because you're asking people to pay you $100 on an annual basis, kind of around like $8 a month, which is not that significant. You probably spend much more on many other activities you didn't even realize. So you could even take it a step further and get 10,000 people to pay you $10. And so now we're getting into the territory of we're giving someone value, but it's not like totally like live or die for them. And so they're willing to pay you, $2 a month or $10 annually. So 1,000 people or 10,000 people does seem like an incredibly big amount of people to try and become your fans. But if you're not going as niche, then you have an opportunity to cast a wide net on more people. So for example, if you are creating pop music as a singer-songwriter, like myself, I consider my music alternative pop, which is not very niche, but I try to provide value in different ways, like on my YouTube channel or on my email list, that still provides enough value that people are willing to pay for it. So if you're a musician or music creator and you're looking to get that 1,000 or 10,000 people paying you $100 or $10 a year, then you're going to want to create some type of value that isn't perhaps that niche, but is still giving someone something in return. 3 decades ago, we wouldn't really even be thinking this could be possible, to make a living of just trying to find 1,000 people, 10,000 people, or 100 people buying your work. That just wasn't possible. But the internet has made these niche markets very possible. And for people, musicians or creators like myself, make it available for us to sustain a career and make a good living. So let me know what you think of this kind of thought video in the comments. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. I make a lot of videos about music marketing and creators and personal growth and entrepreneurship. So please feel free to subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video.